Hey guys, and welcome to KGROSCHI Automotive. My name is Kai, and today we are testing the new Panamera Turbo. First of all, I want to thank you guys all for still being around. I know it has been quite a while since we uploaded the last video. I had some other things going on. I didn't really have time to make car reviews, unfortunately. But I definitely want to increase the frequency of reviews again. So I'm trying to get my connections going again and get some cars and make some videos for you. But right now, let's get right into the review of the Porsche Panamera Turbo. The new Panamera looks fantastic. It looks so much better than the old car. I never liked the rear of the old car, and I think that's what most people had a problem with. It just looked too bulky and not very nice. It was never pretty and it never grew on me. But it's completely different in this car. The new Panamera looks stunning. No matter from what angle, it just looks perfect. At least in my opinion. The old car had a lot of buttons in the center, which I personally never minded. I thought it looked pretty cool. I'm a pilot, and why did I become a pilot? Because I love buttons. We still have 24 buttons, plus these toggle switches here for the climate control. So there's still a lot of buttons here. It's just more hidden because it's all under this black, plastic cover, which unfortunately is also not the best quality. It's a little bit loose. I can move it around. Plus you see all the fingerprints on this. That's what Porsche went with, and it looks a lot cleaner, a lot more stylish and modern. But now that the sun is shining into the interior here, I see a lot of fingerprints and dirt and small scratches on this black trim piece with all the buttons underneath, and I can barely see the buttons as well, which I just noticed. I don't know if that's the best solution. Now, while the interior is designed extremely well, I think they could have made a bit better choices in terms of materials. I mean, this is a really expensive car, and I sort of would have expected higher quality materials. For example, the steering wheel. I mean, it looks good, it looks great actually. But the buttons on the wheel are out of plastic. In the S-Class, they are made out of aluminum or metal. They feel really nice and expensive. Here, not so much. They also don't sound too nice. And for example, this aluminum looking like frame of the wheel, the rim, it's out of plastic. I mean, it's not the cheapest plastic. It feels okay. But in such an expensive car, I would like to have an aluminum wheel or carbon fiber wheel. I don't know if there's an option for a carbon fiber wheel in here. I doubt it, but it's possible maybe. Or maybe aftermarket you can get one. But this would bother me for sure. Another big problem I have in this car, which is really annoying on a daily basis, is that there's no button to forward or rewind a track. When you're listening to your music, you know how it is on Spotify or whatever. You don't want to listen to every single song. So sometimes you have to fast forward, or you want to listen to a song again, so you want to skip back. There's no button for this in here. Nothing will do that. No button on the wheel, no button here. The only way to access that is to go to the home button here or the media button, and then on the screen I have the full control of rewinding or fast forwarding the track. So that's quite annoying in my opinion. There's a button here that you can customize on the wheel, a little diamond button, and I saw that you can, if you want, you can actually set the skip to next track function on this button. So that's an alternative. But still, guys, I mean, why they didn't think about that? So as I mentioned earlier, the car works very well on these twisty roads. It almost drives like a 911, I dare say it. I mean, yes, of course you feel the weight when you brake and stuff, but it turns extremely well. Another reason why the car is performing and sticking so well to the road are, of course, the Pirelli P0 tires this car is equipped with. And again, they are quite wide, 275s in the front. A GT3 has 245 in front. This is 275 in front and 315 in the rear. That's insane. I think the GT3 is also 315 and the RS 325. Yeah, it's actually quite well equipped in terms of tires, but these tires are also one of the reasons the car is less comfortable on the highways, because they create a lot of tire noise. Yeah, performance-wise, of course, 550 horsepower V8. The car definitely moves forward. And the crazy part happens when you launch this car. The acceleration is insane. Alright, let's try a launch really quick. So, typical Porsche, very easy. We're in Sports Plus. Hit the brake and the throttle at the same time. And off we go. Whoa. 40, 50, 60. Oh, that's just insane. Performance of this is just nuts. Yeah. Once the car has full boost and, you know, starts going, the performance is quite impressive. Quite impressive. Let me do it again. So when I start the launch control, oh, now it doesn't want, oh, now it might be even too hot. Now it says E-launch activated, which I don't understand. This car has no E-motor at all. So I'm quite surprised. E-launch activated. Maybe it has an electric drivetrain, because the way it picks up, it's quite insane. Like, it almost picks up as quickly as a P100D, I would say. I mean, it's still a second slower than a P100D, but it feels really fast. What I've noticed driving this is, again, please no hate, I drive a Tesla and I really love it for a daily car. I think it's the greatest daily car out there, because it's so responsive. The electric motor, you know, it makes the car feel so nimble and light and fast. I don't have that feeling here. Here you floor the car, even I'm in the Sport or Sport Plus mode, and it still takes around 2 seconds until you start moving. Because first the transmission needs to downshift, and after that the engine needs to boost first with 20 psi, which is quite a lot, by the way. But there's just such a delay. I mean, okay, it's probably just a second, but it feels quite a long time when you're driving. And if you're used to electric cars, this feels, yeah, way too long. On the normal road, it didn't blow me away too much. Like on the highway here in the United States and everything, it was just, it's not comfortable enough, and I expected a lot more comfort from this car, because after all it's a competitor to like a S-Class 7 Series Model S. Overall, I would say this car is just not comfortable enough for me, at least. If I buy something big like this and, you know, luxury oriented, I want something that's also really comfortable. And if I want a sporty kind of car, this is not giving it to me, because it's just not sporty enough. But let's come to the price. This car starts at around $150,000. This one is $170,000 with a few options. In my opinion, that's quite a lot of money for this car. I wouldn't pay it. But I'm sure, I mean, I know there's people out there, of course, who buy it, including my friend, and I understand why. I mean, it's a very, very stylish, unique car in this class. It's hard really to find a competitor for it. That's how unique it is. But you really have to be aware of the disadvantages in addition to the advantages of this car. Again, it's not as comfortable. It's also not, you know, when you drive it normally sporty on the road, it doesn't give you much of an experience. It's not loud. It doesn't feel that aggressive, you know, like an E63 AMG or M5. Those are really fun, aggressive cars when you put them in the sport mode. This one still has this luxury base identity, even when you're in the sportiest mode, you know. It's just very impressive how fast you can go around twisty turns in this car. Yeah guys, this was it with the review of the Porsche Panamera Turbo. I hope you guys liked it, and I see you guys next time on KGROSCHI Automotive. Take care guys, bye bye.